Well, thank you for joining me on another episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and we are out here today on a pretty cold ass day on the bayou. We were down in I think down to 23 last night. We're supposed to be back to like 23 to 25 tonight. I had ice on the cat's water bowl this morning whenever I got up. So it's right now we're in the 40s, but there's a pretty brisk wind that comes through, and that says it feels like it's in the upper 30s. So, but in the sunny spot right here, we're not too bad. So we've got the mobile gold station moved out a little bit. So this episode today, we are going to throw down the gauntlet and compare a couple of pretty well-known pay dirts head to head. So with that being said, let's go directly to our new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, this table, and see what we've got in store for us today. So needed to do something that was pretty evenly matched as far as the price wise. So basically two $20 bags of pay dirt, and we're going with one. You may recognize this as the $20 Miners Depot bag, and versus, yes, a bag of golden pay dirt, the Eureka bag. So I just thought it would be fun to just really, people that are getting into this that don't know, golden pay dirt is everywhere. If you go to buy pay dirt, you're going to see golden pay dirt ads coming up, and they also sell this stuff under the name of Jackpot Pay Dirt and Mammoth. Now I can't even think of there are several names that they sell under, but usually it has this same kind of pattern as far as some kind of look on the design that has that kind of angular look or whatever. That's the logo for golden, and it translates into the others. So, but this stuff. This was on sale, regularly $29.99, $30 for this little bag, but 17% off. It was a $25 bag. They say it's free shipping, but it said $7.19 on the box. So, I don't count shipping. So it had a $2.49 tax. So this bag, not counting the shipping, was $27.49. If I take counting the shipping, which is free, it's $27.49. I don't count shipping anyway, so it would be a $20.49 bag for, a $20 bag basically by my pricing. Miners Depot, this is their $20 fabulous, famous Diggers Delight pay dirt. $8.10 shipping for this, so it's a $28.10 bag. So, like I said, I take off the postage for this. It's a $20 bag as well. But even price-wise, these both come out to right at $28 each. So you can't get much more evenly matched, I don't think, than that to see to see what the difference is in these. And there is going to be a tremendous difference in them. And that's kind of what this video is about, is just showing if you're gonna spend a little money and try something. Miners Depot is one of the few companies that has a good $20. Most of them you got to start off with at least a $40 or $50 bag. And I don't know if you can see right there in the sunlight what Miners Depot bags are always known for. Before most of the ones that I've ever gotten from them, there is, well, no, I can't. But right there is a piece of gold showing through the bag. So sorry about I'm out here in the filming in the light again, so it's hard to see. I've got a makeshift little makeshift visor up on my camera, so my lens, I can kind of see through it. But yeah, at any rate, that's cool. Always was cool to see. Actually, you could see a chain. It's a nice little chunk of gold in there as well. Now, to be fair on this, I will say I did get this in a combo order. I ordered a $35 bag along with this $20 bag when I ordered this. So it should have, one of these two bags will have extra gold in it to make up for a little bit of shipping cost, which would be about, you know, $7 or $8 worth of extra gold that they'll throw into one of the, either the $35 or the $20 bag. Not that much, you know, because it's not that big a thing. So, but we're going to, oh, so I got to keep making sure that I'm in frame here. So this comes with a card where if you'll if you send them a go to the website and punch it in, you can get the special code to get 30% off your next purchase from them. So this is a small bag. I never didn't weigh them. Hold on, let's just see. Oh, how did I forget that I have this scale? I haven't had it that long, but so yeah. So let's just see the $20 bag of golden pay dirt, and that is, as you can see, 7 ounces. A 7-ounce bag, a little less than half a pound. The Miners Depot bag, 1.59, almost a little over a pound and a half of dirt that you have to go through for your money. So you're already getting much better value as far as your panning experience and the fun with your Miners Depot. This stuff, as you can, I don't know if you can tell in the bag, but like most of their stuff is, it tends to be, you know, damp. It's not wet, but it is damp. So let's see if the bag's gonna pick up any. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of magnetics in there off of it. Let's see, off of the. As you can see right there, there's a little bit forming on the golden pay dirt as well. So, but before we continue on with this, let's interrupt one more moment, because I was at when I went in to get the scale, I noticed that there was a little package sitting on the front porch that the friendly mailman had delivered, and it's actually in nice shape. It's not all busted in and typically destroyed as they tend to come in like that. And I guess you can guess who this is from just from the from the packing material in it. But we're gonna pull this out, and this is gonna be an upcoming video here very soon. And I always have fun doing this material. So we're going to be continuing the Gizmo series, and this is the Supremo XL with the guaranteed 2 grams of gold in it, plus there you can see there's already some ruby chips, as well as looks like a nice piece of amethyst, and then you can already see the green peridot and showing up in it. So that's going to be cool. We're just going to, like I said, we've done the $80 bag, and we've done a bunch of the smaller bags. Oh, that's right, I forgot about this. I guess I ordered in time to get the prize. This was the gift of the day. I can figure out how to open it here. Seems to have a latch or something. Well, there we go. The $10 jeweler's loop. So John R. Prospecting told me to let him know whenever I got it how it was, if it was worth it. But it's got the light, or it's got the LED. Oh damn! Have I been zoomed in all that time? Sorry about that. It's got the LED light. So there, and it comes in a extra. It has the thing for the battery, and it comes in a nice holder. So there you have it. So that's cool. Got the you know, they tend to run out of the prizes, I understand it, but that's neat. So I've gotten a chapstick, a couple of those knapsack bags, and now a yeah, loop. So all right, let's get back to, let me put this away and we'll get back to what we're here for. All right, well, now we're back here, and as you can see there again, it's golden pay dirt, the authentic rich gold pay dirt, guaranteed real native gold inside. And it is, they do not guarantee on any of the sides of their gold bags any gold weights. They'll say that you can get up to 5 times the amount of gold, which would be the normal amount of gold, I guess, that you would get if you were, you know, like I said, if they don't have a weight, you don't know what the normal amount is. So, but this stuff tends to look like pretty much just sand. It's got some pretty good plus kitchen strainer size amount in there for the little bag, and then usually you find the majority of your gold in the fine stuff here. Oh. But as you can see, there's not much magnet to that at all, except for the magnet sticks to everything. It's a very powerful magnet. So that's what we have. Some golden. Now let's see what we look like. You can already tell this looks like real earth. You can see it sticking to the bag, so we're gonna have to wash out this bag. But 1.5 pounds is a good amount of pay dirt, and it's a little bit harder to classify this stuff down because it is so wet. So we're not going to even worry about that, because they're really good about not putting anything big in their smaller bags, and even in their bigger bags you hardly ever have anything bigger than that little size about right there, you know. So, but yeah, very very strong contrast between what we have in this from Miners Depot and what you have in this from Golden Pay Dirt. So all right, now that we've got that head-to-head out of the way, I think we already can see who wins the initial round. So let me get some water and we'll pop this off. Okay, so we went ahead and reclassified our golden pay dirt bag here. So we can go ahead and get the big stuff out of the way first. Even with my makeshift visor on the camera here, I'm hoping I'm not getting bad shots on this stuff. On my earlier section here, I'm afraid it might have been off a bit. I know it was zoomed in too long in part of that. Sorry about that. I get better vision. I can see better in the usual spot over where I normally do this, but I was figuring with that Miners Depot, I'm going to have some fine gold in it that I'll have to try to get out, and it'd be good to be able to see it. And I think I'm oriented the wrong way for the sun to keep it out of the shadow. I know depending on which way it angles, it'll show it in the shadow better, but if you got it half and half or something, it won't come through. So as we expect. And usually there is not, you're not going to find anything in the larger sizes, especially on the smallest bags, and there's nothing in there. So all right, let me stop and see how this looks, if I need to reorient. All right, well, we've yeah, I had to flip it around here, so we've got the good sun angle on us now. The mobile gold station's got to be versatile, so it's it works out. So let's go ahead and there was some water in this pan, but and then of course I didn't say it, but you always, there's some in there that hits your water with your jet dry. I like to keep some in my bottle too, so whenever I squirt, I don't dilute it down if I'm rinsing through gold. Let's get a little more water in the pan here. So dingy Doris got lost a little bit there when she got moved around. But yeah, between needing to see the gold better out here and being in the sun to stay warm today, it's so yeah, you can see that's just fine sand. They call it play sand. But and I'm just, you just kind of wash it off. You're not tipping it or flipping it. You just rinse over it and let it carry that lighter material out. You just don't want to do it so heavy that you kick out a lot of the stuff at the bottom. It'll sometimes roll and pull more out. And if you've got fine gold you're dealing with, and you haven't been stratifying it regularly, it will carry some of that out off the bottom, kind of undertow it there. But this stuff's very, very straightforward. You just rinse over it and try to get the little bit of gold that's in it out. Usually there's not really super fine gold in this stuff from anything that I've ever done from Golden. It's been a while since I did any. The last bags of their stuff that I had, I erased the film for it, the video on it by accident when I was having to clear out space for my phone to be able to edit it. And yeah, I erased it, and so I had done their jackpot. They'd sent me the thing on the phone where they were always pounding my phone saying, if you order right now, you'll get extra gold in every bag for the next 30 minutes. Every bag guaranteed something else, And so I got them, and it came with this buy one get one, and I think it was it came out to $48 or something like that. And but I was doing it just for the channel to see this is what they hard sell you on this buy get right now clock's ticking type crap. And I think I ended up getting either 0.6 or 0.9 0.06 or 0.9 tenths of not even 1/10 of a gram out of either bag. So yeah, the promised riches did not show up in that bag. So, but I've got a video there where I got damaged bag that came in, and they immediately just turned around and sent me a new bag. So by actually getting a free bag with it, I think I came out with an 86% ROI. But I had one bag that had 0.16 and one that had 0.21. So those were actually jackpot bags for what you get from Golden. So I forget the details on it now, but I'll think that I'll put a link for that video at the end of this one, just to see. There was a time whenever I accidentally got some Some gold from the golden pay dirt. Right. Now there's a little bit of that black magnetite that showed up in the at the very beginning is popping up there at the very end. Alright, let's wash it back and see what we got here. Try to keep it in the right. If I go full orientation where that's facing I'm facing the sun square on, then I'm standing in the shadow of it. There's a little flake of gold showing up on the side there. Looks like I'm seeing red. I don't know if y'all can make that out, but it looks like some red garnet sands there in the top. I've never seen that in any golden pay dirt before. But yeah, those are little tiny red garnets standing out there. That's actually kind of cool. And you can see there are some little flakes of gold showing up there on us. I guess this would be a good time to mention that I've decided, basically just as I was doing this video, that realizing we're about, I think, 8 subscribers away from the 222 mark for 2022 to get us started here. So I think we're gonna go ahead. It's a pain in the ass to do it that way, but it was fun. I guess the weight for the subscriber giveaway for the 222 subscriber mark, and this is the video. So you're going to be seeing this gold right here that we're getting out right now from Golden Pay Dirt, and there it cleaned up pretty nice, and we've got a nice little cluster there. Actually, I think that looks like a little more than I usually get from them on a small bag like this. So it's but as always, I'm always off on whenever I'm trying to guess the weight of gold whenever I'm looking at it. But this is your this right here is your first entry, or not entry, but your first weight to guess. And there's nothing in there, and I don't think we need to worry about going through our tailings on this, because as you saw, that was what it was. So yes, on this one we're going to you're going to watch this one, and we're about to do the Miners Depot, and then just add up what the two what you think the two bags weigh together, and whoever gets the closest, if not hitting on the mark, will win. It's going to be you're going to have it within the 3 digits again, just like we did the first giveaway, where 1.123 grams. If you put in a number and it's only a double, if 1.20 or 1.13, then it's just going to be assumed that it's going to be added that the third number is going to be a 0 added onto it, so it'll be 1.130 or whatever. So, but yeah, I think it's time to go ahead and get that out. I didn't expect it to really pop quite as quick as it did, Kind of like whenever it passed me up on the 50 subscriber giveaway when I tried to do that one. I wanted to get this one started a little earlier so we wouldn't be doing it after the fact. So, yeah, it'll be, I'll have it in the description there as well as what's going on with it. But this will not be a first, second, and third place giveaway. It's going to be, like I said, you're gonna have to be subscribed to enter and enter your weight. But it'll be 3 different vials of Bayou Gold Guy Gator Gold, of course, with gator eyes in it. And but each one's going to be one of my special goals that I've gotten over the time, or if not one of the, it could be the crystallized gold, it could be some of the 22 karat high grader gold, it could be a bunch of that really cool leaf gold, it could be some some super fine vendetta type gold. It'll just depend, but it'll be, all 3 will be the same weight. It'll be the usual, probably about 0.6 to 0.7 tenths of a gram on these. And of course it'll just depend too, because if it's one of the $120 gram specialty golds, it's not going to weigh what the others do, but it'll be, specialty gold. So I still haven't figured out exactly, I haven't, made up the price. Yeah, okay, so here we back to this. Here we can see our first pan is Miners Depot is always loaded with organics. So let's hold on for a moment. Usually I pour our water off, but we're still drying out from. I don't know if you can see that again. We did this before. That's Carolina Gold Girls dirt clay stuff. It's dried up now, but it's just so full of that sparkling. Whether it's the mica, I don't remember if she didn't tell me if it was the mica or if it was the pyrite that was sparkling in there. But let me dump this out now that it's dry and get someplace to dump my sediment water. All right, now we got that situated. But yeah, like I said, you can just see all the organic matter that's in this, and it dirties up the water pretty good. But it is always some really fun pay dirt to go through. I'd gotten a message from Lisa saying that they were going to be putting in, it's their California Arizona mix, because they work a number of different claims and mines. And I think this that we're doing right now, these bags that I got from her here, were still, she was doing some special, some of their, it wasn't the Alaska gold that they had from the summer. It was this stuff she was calling cornflake gold. And I'm not sure if this is that bag of that, or if it had already gone to the California Arizona mix. So I'll be interested to see. From that flake that kind of showed through on the bag, it looks like it might be that cornflake gold that, like I said, they were still doing from another Alaska claim other than their Skookum camp. But really great people to deal with and to get material from, and they do, like I said, really over the top bags of gold sometimes you get from, just really cool stuff. And like I said, it's just fun to do. And some of it can be pretty challenging whenever they don't tend to have a lot of magnetite in it. But I know their stuff up in Alaska had a lot of the ironstone in it, and then some of it would have a lot of crushed pyrite, a lot of really super fine gold. So it just was always different depending on where they were working from. So Get down to the bottom of this little one first here. See what we got. See, I see some gold popping there already, some fine gold. So this may be, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fine gold right here on the corner there. So this may be a case where we actually need to wet classify this and get this these bigger pieces out of the way. Because to be able to wash hard enough to get those down and moved, you tend to want to wash that fine gold away as well. But yeah, there's some nice little, I mean, that's just some water I rinsed out of the bag and a little bit off the top of the pile. So if you're getting fine gold like that right off the top, there's probably going to be a good amount throughout this pay dirt. So there we have it, some Miners Depot. This is their, again, we're doing their Arizona quartzite store orders now, since they're back from Alaska. So we are doing Miners Depot Arizona Gold with maybe a little California mix in, or this may be from their this may be their Arizona dirt with their Alaskan gold. But either way, it's some pretty Miners Depot gold we're starting off with here. So all right, we'll be back. All right, and this is just a quick shot of what if those of you who don't know, you heard me mention wet classifying. This material's too damp to be able to pass through this strainer. So either you run your water over this stuff, or you have a pan deep enough where you can wash it through like that and get all the finer stuff out of the way and get this larger material separate. Then all that fine gold, like was in that first pan there showing up, will be a lot easier to recover. Because like I said, to wash hard enough to move those big pieces out of the way washes your gold down to the bottom of your pan, so you have to keep going back through it over and over again. Normally I like to leave it when it's this small and just do it kind of natural stream side style. But Miners Depot does tend to have some pretty fine gold in it. So now once that's done, then we'll pour this water off into something else and get that fine material out of there and start over. So we'll be back. All right, we've got our plus kitchen strainer size there, and I went ahead. I've done enough Miners Depot that I realize when I find that small enough gold like that, I use my next smaller strainer size. The kitchen strainer, you can see, is about twice the size of these. So this is, I guess, like a 20 to 10, something like that. But at any rate, so I've got my the finest mesh in this one, which is that fine gold, and then the medium above fine stuff here in this one. So just to be able to get through that that stuff a little better. So and then I've got my most of our stuff that washed off now is in this pan. And like I said before, on my pay dirts, I'll let that water will settle till it's clear, and then all that sediment will go back into my Miners pay dirt before I store it. So all right, let me get situated here and we'll get this next one underway. All right, let's go ahead and knock out our plus kitchen strainer size first. Yeah, it definitely seems to have some different looking rocks than what I was getting in their Alaska dirt. But yeah, like I was saying, there will be three winners. Just like I said, it'll just depend on what I decide to make each bag. Like I said, it could be you know, you might end up with a half a gram and a half-gram nugget, and you know, a couple of tenths of gold in with the dirt to find with it. Or like I said, no telling. I'm still making it up, but it's going to be specific, you know, special to the subscribers. So yeah, that looks kind of flat and cornflakey to me. For our first above kitchen strainer size piece there. Very, yeah, I can pick it up. So yeah, very nice. I'm running out of containers. They're doing drying duty today. I got Jim and Jeff's dirt drying and his black sands drying, and now that last bag of golden sitting over there in another pan drying. So I'm running out of holding pans. So let's see if we're gonna get as lucky with a couple of pieces on the rest of this concentrated together. But yeah, it's like I said, so it'll be it should be fun. That'll be part of the fun, to see what variety you end up winning. And again, I just have to say thank you. How much, you know, I appreciate everybody that watches and subscribes, and you know, I never and said people, and all viewers that have been sending me, you know, stuff, pay dirts to do, and like I said, just generosity of sharing like that. It's just really, I just never imagined it 7 months ago whenever I started doing these. So I got this. I think this is number 47. I need to come up with some good material to do for video number 50, because I think that's a bigger milestone for me than subscribers. Is that I mean, I've got more than that, more videos than that in the thing, but as far as episodes of gold panning, you know, this episode number, I do those as episodes, and the rest are all just, you know, shorts, or the hurricane videos, or the animals. Or that looks like a piece of, I thought it was something else. But yeah, a couple of more nice chunky flakes there showing up in the plus kitchen strainer size. So beautiful shiny gold. Looks really pretty in the sunlight out here, I know that. And it's nice and warm. At least it's warm out here. Without the breeze, it's it feels much nicer, much nicer. So that leaves us the intermediate size stuff here. I think we should be able to, well, we'll do that. We'll do this part and see what's in this, the bulk of it here, and then I won't go through all of it. I thought I'd seen some fine gold showing up in that first batch of this stuff, but it was not. It was just silts, blonde sand mixed in. But since we're at the bottom of it here, I was hoping that we might have a little bit of something fine showing up there. So no, it looks like we have nothing in that medium range. So that's good to have all that stuff out of the way then for dealing with the fine stuff. So we'll go to about that much to get started on it and see we'll go through this one and then I'll do the rest. But I will definitely come back and show what we get at the end of each pan so you can see that. And then of course we'll do our dry out and get a good look at it in there without the scale on. And it'll be just like before, one guess per person. If there's multiple guesses, and the first guess that showed up will be the one that's credited to you. And again, like I said, you have to be subscribed for this one. My analytics show that I have over 3,500 unique viewers a month on my channel that are not subscribed, that are viewing now. that's a lot. That's a lot of people. And if you're watching right now and listening, if you don't mind hitting that little subscribe button right there on the bottom of your screen, that would really be appreciated. And if not that, please hit that like button, because that's what YouTube goes by a lot on feeding out the impressions of the videos to be seen. So, although I get a lot, they're giving me a lot of impressions, and I don't get, for amount of views, I don't get the, that tons and tons of likes on my channels, but a lot of them don't. About 10%, I think, is the usual average or so. So, all right, well, nothing in that one. So, I'm going to work through this next one. We'll see. I'll be back. All right, well, we are down to the last pan. I did not have any fine stuff showing up on the last two. I didn't have that much in the pan at a time, but it's just odd that we had that showing up before I classified it down more. But I was thinking, whenever I dumped it out into that other pan, that would have been the stuff that was concentrated at the bottom of the bag originally. So, but you can see there is some nice fine gold showing up in the last of the fine stuff that we had classified down. So it was worth it to have this stuff easier to get in. I don't know if you can see, but the sun is we're losing our station here to the sun creeping up on us. So it's a good thing this is the last. My fingers are rather numb as it is, even though the sun is pretty warm. That breeze is not. Very pretty. Nice bunch of fine gold there. So yeah, we're again, this is a tongue-in-cheek battle of the bags comparison, because there really is no comparison. It's just kind of a graphic demonstration of how much better you can do when you're ordering your pay dirts, depending on who you order from. And the difference is that Miners Depot isn't plastered all over Amazon and eBay and Google the way golden pay dirt is. So, and especially whenever you've got, like I said, 5 or 6 different variations of the same company, all of them promising big nuggets and museum quality gold and all the fake bullshit that they put out, trying to get you to buy it. And you can see right there, I mean, just the last pan of here is about, looks like about 3 times more gold than we got from the other bag all completely. So really nice. I hope I wasn't totally out of the picture there while I was doing that. The glare's back onto my lens even with my visor. But yeah, that is a nice band of fine Miners Depot gold to finish off our bag here. It'd be a lot better if I didn't squirt it with my bottle. I'm so bad about doing that. As you're going down, you always want to squirt away from your gold or on the side of your pan so you don't wash your material away that you've just cleaned out. So, all right. There's one little speck there that's sticking to the pan. Just in time to beat the sun from blocking us out here. So let's dump out our bottle and see how this looks. I'd say there's a pretty dramatic difference for sure. And that however you want to play with the numbers on what bag, the sale price of a bag, whatever. For the same 20, you'd be paying $28 for both of these bags we just saw done. So which would you prefer to have? Just beautiful, really pretty stuff. Looks really, really nice in the sun too. So, all right, we'll get this cleaned up a little bit more and get it in and get it dried and see how it looks. Well, all right, here we are with our first pan of gold, and this is the golden pay dirt. As you can see, I don't think we're going to have any trouble keeping the two separate. Click it out of there and tap this black sand out of here that's on this. Let's get a look at it and see if it looks any better zoomed in, which it always does. Gold always looks beautiful when it's zoomed in. So yeah, you can see we still got a few little specks there I'll need to clean out, but some pretty little pieces of gold. Not oh damn it, where the So yeah, that is our golden pay dirt take from the $28 spent on this gold. So it's shiny, pretty gold. I assume it's real. They don't put enough in there to worry about having to fake it. So, all right, well, that's that. Well, let's look at our next offering. All right, we were back with our other $28 bag of dirt gold, and yeah, there is a notable difference in the in the appearance of what we get in the pan. Beautiful stuff. So a lot of fine gold sticking to the pan. All right. Let's put it on our Zoom and see if we can get a good look at this stuff. Yes, indeed. So we've got our nice little chunky picker pieces there that we found. And then all this fine gold. And a bunch more back there. So yeah, man, this it's just astonishing for the same price. The difference of what of what you get for your money. That's just something. And that's the whole point of doing this. Just you know, a graphic demonstration of the difference. So that is what you're guessing on there, my friends. So we'll move it to our so there are your two your two golds. So make your guesses. Like I said, one guess per person. You must be subscribed. And what do these weigh together? And we'll the guessing will be running. I don't know, maybe until we actually hit 222. Depends on how fast it comes up, I guess. But it'll be going for a few days. Probably at least try to make it at least a week for people to get in their guesses, and I'll do a little pop-up video or something to remind. Oh, watch out there! To remind you, that leaves a little speck there. Watch out! Don't be. But I've already weighed this, so I know what this one weighs. I haven't weighed the Miners Depot yet. So, but when you're guessing on this, remember this is not what you normally would guess for at a $20 bag. They're $20 bags. I have a couple of different videos on my channel for these, and they ranged from 3 tenths to 4.5 tenths in gold on them. So there's a pretty good range of weight for those $20 bags, and then of course, like I said, you're golden. So all right, my friends, I think that will conclude this subscriber giveaway. Guess the weight. Please, I don't need all 222 subscribers guessing the weight either, because I mean, it's whenever we did the last one, I had 30 or so weights to figure out, and that was a pain. So I can just imagine what I'm asking for on this one to get into. But like I said, it's fun, and I like doing it kind of this way better than I definitely don't want to do the random selector. I was running that the other night on just rerunning it on the one that I'd done the giveaway, and there are names that come up on that repeatedly. I went through 5 times, and 3 people came up 3 or 4 times repeatedly. That's not random. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know how it keys in, but I don't think I'll ever use that again. I'll if I do anything like that, I'll just write your names down and we'll draw names out of a hat, because I just don't. I don't like that. It was something that's not right about it. So at any rate, though, that's why we're gonna do the weight, and so all right. I hope you enjoyed this head-to-head Miners Depot against Golden. Pay Dirt. And like I said, it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek. You already knew how it was going to turn out if you have any experience with either one or have heard of them. So, but it was fun to do. And like I said, it'll kick off this this giveaway. So I'll be doing a video to remind you and show what the prizes are going to be when I decide what we're going to be handing out there. So till then, thank you for watching, subscribing. Like I said, please hit that little like button and the subscribe button there if you would. It helps the analytics for the channel greatly, and I certainly appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who comments, and again to the viewers who've sent me stuff and everything. Everybody, if you send me something, you're getting something back. So it just might not be as quick as I'd like whenever everything else is going on too. So, but you will be getting something back from me for sure, because I really appreciate it. And so until then, peace out, my friends. And make your guesses.